NASCAR is headed out west. We are here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway to get the town ready for some rip-roaring stock car racing action. But I didn't fly here. I had a different set of wheels. Check this thing out. My new friends at Demco invited me out for a ride in their street-legal NASCAR stock car. Little did I know that the ride would be down the Las Vegas Strip. That was crazy. I think it's because he's dressed up. I think if he was dressed like I am, it would have knocked it down by 50%. But because he looks like a driver, it looks like we're doing something we're not supposed to be doing. You know? And no, that's not Ryan Ellis under the helmet. He's got a race-ready car to drive. Shout out to Brent from Demco. Not so fun fact, I've not driven a real manual transmission before, though honestly, I could barely fit in the shotgun side of this thing, let alone with the steering wheel in my lap.
They don't make these cars stretchy enough.
Brent, great to see you. Thanks for the ride, I guess, first and foremost. How on earth did you come across this thing?
We knew that we wanted fan engagement, customer engagement, to be able to bring a car to trade show events, other things where we can let people touch and experience a stock car, where a lot of people just don't have that in a normal day-to-day life.
Yeah.
So as we started doing our research, we thought, well, what's better than a car that you can just have in a lot, one that you could drive on the street?
I love that.
So we reached out to our friends at Jeffrey Earnhardt Racing Experience and gave them our vision. These guys have done it before, so they knew how to get everything legal and safe. So they gave us a NASCAR that has a license plate on it.
I love it. Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed besides the working headlights. That's a little unusual. Right. But you talk about touching the car. Like, I go to so many races, I see so many of these race-ready cars, but I'm never really allowed to touch them. So just like doing this feels so weird. So the fact that we're gonna get fans here in Las Vegas to come up here and get their paw prints all over this thing is pretty sick. Can you show me a little more about, so what makes this street legal besides the headlights and taillights? Like, I see the side view mirror here. Obviously, I guess that's a staple. You gotta start there.
Yep. So we got side view mirror, both sides. We have a windshield wiper. Down here in the center, you'll see there's a hydraulic actuator for the parking brake mechanism. So we also have a horn, reverse lights.
Oh, I love this. Wait, you got the, I guess these are your turn signals, yep. Left, right.
That's right, directionals, hazard light button there, high beam, low beam.
That's crazy. Wait, wiper washer. Do you have washer fluid in this thing?
Got washer fluid in it as well.
I noticed though, these aren't your Goodyear slick racing Eagles. You got actual street tires on here. I imagine that's important, you know?
That's right, yep. So we want to, of course, be safe with it. So we have some DOT tires on here now. We can swap them out for slicks for show, or if you want to do a track day. Sometimes guys will do builds like this and they want to, reliability of, like a fuel injected crate motor, and that's fine. Maybe, a more street vehicle type transmission with, synchronizers and all those things that make it nice and easy to drive. But for us, what makes NASCAR is just the rawness.
Oh yeah.
That raw power, that engine of the iron block and the dog box transmission, and all of those elements that make it a visceral experience.
Oh yeah.
So again, the guys helped us with this vision, execute it perfectly.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Well, I imagine you aren't putting gas in through here. You're not pulling up to the Sunoco station and plugging in right here. How does that work?
Yeah, so this the filler here is not connected, but
okay.
We do access it here through the deck lid.
Okay, sweet deal.
So yeah, like I mentioned, a lot of builds, people can do pump gas on it, but we wanted to keep it true to form to the experience. So this runs on 110 racing fuel.
Oh wow! And you talked about the rawness, how real it feels. Like, I mean, when we come around here, like the thing about race cars, and I know this one has a passenger seat, which is awesome, but like there's not much in here. There's no creature comforts in a NASCAR stock car, I suppose. Right. Except I did notice, is that an air conditioning unit I see?
Yes, that's correct.
Does it work? That's the real question.
It works, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So we have a compressor under the hood, and then we also have a heater core in there that runs the coolant through it. So, we figured, hey, if we're going to take VIPs out and give them the experience, we'll give them a little bit of comfort.
I got to give them something, I guess. But the rest of it's so stripped down. It's so simple. I know we just pulled up here, but are we able to check under the hood?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, I got to see this.
This is it's a steel head, steel block, small block Chevy. So this would be what you'd see in a late model stock car.
And we took a ride earlier, and you can see the big springs. It's got suspension in there, but it's a little more stiff than your traditional street car, I suppose.
It is. You know, when we got here and we started to test the streets a bit, we did give it another inch of clearance on both the front and the rear, so it is sitting a little bit higher.
Oh yeah.
A little more spring rate to it. But you know, with the speed bumps and the dips, we wanted to make sure that we left with the front splitter that we came with.
That is true. Yeah, so it's not trimmed out for max speed at this moment, I suppose. No, that makes sense. I love the little like carve out for the headlights. That's so fun.
Yeah, the guys there at the shop do a terrific job because, you know, when you're walking by, it's not even something that sticks out at you.
No, not at all. You have to really you have to know to look for it, I suppose. Oh, and lurking in the background here, but not to be ignored. Bob, this is yours?
Yes.
What am I looking at here?
It's a 1970 Chevy Impala.
Oh my gosh.
Four-door hardtop with a 454. And went through the COPO build, which is the custom operating process for custom builds. It was a one-owner car, came from Eastern Iowa. 72,000 original miles. It's never been touched. It's all original other than the steel wheels. I put the black steelies on it. What makes it unique is that it's, like I said, it's the COPO build, but it's an LS5. So it's 425 horse. They didn't offer that from the factory. And so it's one of one as far as we're aware of. It's the only one that's ever been built with an LS5. So 390 horsepower, 454.
Oh my gosh.
Like I said, an LS5. Just a fun car, fun driver.
That is fun. So our buddy Ryan Ellis is not here at the moment. He's getting ready with the real race car for the real race. But why Ryan Ellis? Why Young's Motorsports? What makes this partnership work so great for y'all?
Yeah, so Eric, as we looked at NASCAR as a way to get the Demco name out, so more people could learn about the products that help them make their life easier. We wanted to find a driver that embodied the values that we have as a 60-plus-year-old fourth-generation family business. Ryan really stood out to us with his story. You know, the grit, the determination. You know, he's earned his way to every lap that he's made on the circuit. Our team puts out a great product. We have a wonderful team back in Boyden, Iowa, and in Spencer, Iowa, at our semi-trailer plant. And you know, for them to be able to see that on TV and be proud of what they do.
That's great. Well, we're not only getting people more aware of Demco and what they can do for them, but we're also getting people here in Las Vegas excited about NASCAR coming to town. Formula One, F1 thinks they own these streets. I think this thing, I heard the noise it can make.
Yeah.
I think this car begs to differ. Let's go see some fans. How about that?
Absolutely, let's do it.
I grew up watching the NASCAR awards banquet on TV, seeing the race cars on the strip. I never thought I'd get to live it all these years later. A fun day here in fabulous Las Vegas. Shout out to Brent, Bob, the Demco team for inviting me out. And be sure to watch for that Demco 02 Chevrolet driven by Ryan Ellis. Thanks for hanging out, folks. NASCAR goes west.